Hello and welcome to our mathematics class. This is grade 10 mathematics. We are going to start today this pair of linear equations in two variables. Now, if I write 3x plus 2y equal to 7, then you can see very clearly that it is a linear equation. It is a linear equation because the expression or the power for x and y it is 1 each. So it is a linear equation. And when we say pair of linear equation, then another equation will come x plus 7y equal to 3 suppose. Now when I take two equations, then it will form a pair of, together will form one pair of linear equations. And we say it is in two variables because here you can see the variables x and y. I have taken x and y. So the variables are not the same. That's why these two equations can be called as a pair of linear equations. The standard form that we write linear equation is like this: ax plus by plus c equal to 0. A pair, if I take again ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Then if I put here a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, then these two equations will become different. That will be equation 1 and this is equation 2. Then this is the standard form of linear equation, a pair of linear equation in two variables. The coefficient of x, generally we take it as a1, coefficient of y we take it as b1, and the constant term we take it as c1. This constant term, if you wish, you can keep it on the right hand side as well. It is also called linear equation because if we try to plot graph for equation 1, you can remember, I think, graph, how to plot it. Then this is x-axis, suppose this is y-axis. Then the equation, if you try to plot the graph after solving, you get a straight line. That's why it's called linear equation. The second one, if I solve, I may get it like this. I may get it this way. I may get it parallel. I may get it intersecting with each other. I may get overlapping one above the other as well. There are three possibilities. The two lines may be parallel, the two lines may intersect each other, or the two lines may coincide with each other. These are the three possibilities. Later on we shall discuss. But in all the cases, you see that the equation for the graph will be straight line. It will be always straight line. That's why it is called linear equation. And how do you identify in an algebraic expression whether it is a linear equation or not? Then you can see the power of x and y, it is 1. That's why it represents linear equation in two variable. Now here a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2 are constants. We call it as real numbers, and x and y, these are the variables x and y. Other than x and y also it can be like 2s plus t, 3t is equal to 7. This also can be a linear equation because the power of s and t both equal to 1. This equation, this chapter, it plays a very important role in higher classes. Afterwards you will be learning how to solve pair of linear equations in 3 variables, 4 variables. It will multiply. But if you know in 2 variables, then it is easy to understand how to solve for 3 variable, 4 variable, and so on. So now in this chapter, pair of linear equations, what you are going to learn is basically you are going to learn algebraically and graphically. In 2 forms you learn: graphically, how to solve the linear equation. Now when I say how to solve, when you will be asked to solve, then you have to get the values of x and y. How to get the values for the variables, that we call it as solve, to get the values, answers for x and y. So graphically you can solve, and algebraically also you can solve the pair of linear equations. And graphical, the way of doing is same in all the equation. Graphically, it's only one way. Algebraically, you have got 3 ways to solve it. One is called substitution method. The second one we call it as elimination method. And the third one we call it as cross multiplication. Cross multiplication method. But we all know that this part is removed for this session 2020-21. Cross multiplication method you are not going to do. Whether you do with substitution method or elimination method, answer will remain the same. The answer for x and answer for y will remain the same. Only the method is different. And then the conditions also you are going to learn without solving either graphically or without solving algebraically. Also we can conclude by looking this equation. There are some conditions, like say if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, then we can conclude that the two equations, they are coincident with each other. Both the lines are overlapping with each other. Then we'll say that it has many solutions. Many solutions means many values of many, they are intersecting at many points. The values of x and y, they will have common between the two equations. Then you have this condition a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, is not equal to c1 by c2. If this is the case, then you come to know that they intersect at a point. They have unique solution. The two graphs that if you draw, without drawing also you know that they will intersect at each other if this condition is satisfied. And if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to c1 by c2, then they are independent of each other. The two equations, they do not meet at any point. They will be parallel lines. We say that no solution. No solution means there is no common point of intersection between the two lines. Later on while doing exercise 3.2, we'll discuss this one again in detail. Their names, these two are called consistent also, and this is inconsistent. We say this one infinitely many solution, it has this one unique solution, and this one has a no solution, like it also we say. Let us now start with exercise 3.1. Now for doing these questions from the exercise, children, you require to have a graph notebook, and then you also start to do along with me. Here we do like this. The first question that in exercise 3.1, it is giving you an idea how to make a linear equation with the help of the given statement. And then here you don't have to solve it. Solve it means you don't have to get the values of x and y. Just you are going to represent it. Represent it means to form the equation, both algebraically as well as graphically. But when you say graphically, you'll have to plot it in the graph paper, and then you have to get the lines, the linear equations. You have to get it, even though you don't get the value of x and y. So here it goes. We'll start like this. After tells his daughter 7 years ago. The moment you see here, after tells his daughter, two persons are coming. So one will take it as Aftab's age, will take it as x years, and daughter's age will take it as y years, and then we can start. 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. This is the statement given. And this statement, you have to represent it algebraically as well as graphically. So I start first with algebraical statement, algebraical equation I'll try to make. Let us represent algebraically first. I'll start like this. Let Aftab's present age equal to x years, and Aftab's daughter's age, directly you can write daughter's age or present age equal to y years. So you can write down like this, two persons are there, so their ages will be x and y. Suppose you can write for daughter as x, after ages y as well. Now the question is given here 7 years ago, that means 7 years back. So 7 years ago, let us see, 7 years ago, what will be Aftab's age? Aftab's age 7 years ago, if suppose it is 30 years now, 7 years ago it will be 23, it will become less going back. So we'll subtract it, x, suppose it is 30, minus, you have to subtract 7. Like this, you'll get their ages 7 years ago. And then, what will the daughter's age 7 years ago? 7 years ago, daughter's age also will be reduced by 7. So it will be y minus 7 years. Like this, you'll try to get it first. Then, case 1, you can make it now. Because the statement they are saying 7 years ago. I was, who is telling? Aftab is telling her daughter. Telling his daughter. So case 1, if I make it now, case 1, Aftab's age 7 years ago, this one. Aftab is telling x minus 7. I was is verb, if it comes equal to, you put 7 times as old as you were then. Then that means last 7 years back. 7 times as old I was then. Daughter's age is y minus 7. Like this you will make the first equation. This one will lead you to x minus 7 equal to 7y minus 7 7 are 49. Then x and y will keep on one side. 7y is equal to minus 49. Minus will become plus 7. Then x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. This will make it as equation number 1. This way you will get the first equation. And then we will go to the next statement. Also 3 years from now, that means after 3 years, their ages will change, plus 3 it will become. After 3 years, after age will be x plus 3. This will become x plus 3. And after 3 years, daughter's age also will become, after 3 years, daughter's age will become y plus 3. So you can make case 2 now for the second equation. So what it says, after 3 years, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. After 3 years, after will become 3 times as old as his daughter, y plus 3. So it will become x plus 3 equal to 3y plus 3, 3 are 9. So here if you arrange the equation, minus 3y you can bring here, 9 plus 3 will become minus 3, it will become 6, equation number 2. Like this you will make the equations. These are the 2 equations that you can see. This is represented graphically. So represent the situation, algebraically that it is done. Now we'll go to this graphical way of representation. In graphical way, these algebraic equations you will take the help and then try to draw the graph. Graphically, when you do, from equation 1, you take equation 1, x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. X is equal to minus 42 plus 7y. transpose it, this negative term. Then after making this, you can go on putting values of x to get values of y. When x is equal to say 7, 7 sevens of 49, minus 42 is 7, you'll get it. X is equal to minus 42 plus 7 into y is 7, 7 sevens of 49, so you'll get 7. Any values you like you can take for, here, when y is equal to 7, when y is equal to 7, then x is equal to 7. When y is equal to, suppose say 0, if you take, then minus 42 plus 0 will become minus 42. This is somewhat big number, so we will try to reduce it. 6 you can take and see, x is equal to minus 42 plus 7, 6 are 42, so you will get 0. Like this, some easier values you should try to take it to get the solution. Then when y is equal to 5, if I take 35, okay. Y 5 if I take, then x is equal to minus 42 plus 7 5 are 35, it will give you minus 7. Like this, the values up to your range, you can select it to get the other value. That is y, if you select it, x after calculation you will get it. And then you can make a small table for it on the right hand side of your notebook. You can mark it like this, table 1, so that you can remember that it is for equation number 1. X, y. When x we took, y we took 7, x is 7, y is 7, and x is also 7. Then when y is 6, x is 0. When y is 6, x is 0. Then when y is 5, x is minus 7, 5, x is minus 7. Like this you can make the table and keep it on the right hand side. Now after solving for first equation, we can solve for the second equation now. From equation 2, x minus 3y is equal to 6, x is equal to 6 plus 3y. Like this you make it x in terms of y. Then when y is equal to say 0, x is equal to 6 plus 0 will give us 6. When y is a plus, if I take, it will become big the number, so I will take minus 1. X is equal to 6 minus 3 1 is 3, it will become 3. Then when y is equal to minus 2, x is equal to 6, 3 2s are 3 into minus 2 is minus 6, it will give you 0. Then we will make table 2. X and y. When y is 0, we took 0 minus 1 minus 2, and here x values we got 6 3 0, 6 3 0. Then you will plot it in the graph. Graphically you will plot it. By looking at the table you can plot it on the graph. You will take one graph paper and then you will draw your coordinate axis, x-axis, positive x-axis, x prime, negative x-axis, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maximum value of x is up to 7. Y value also maximum is up to minus 7, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Y axis, y positive, y prime, negative side, up is positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y value is maximum up to 7. So I have to extend it a little bit. 5. This is 6. This is 7, suppose. Then downside will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Maximum value of y negative is minus 2. So it's enough. Now you can plot it one by one. X7, Y7. X7 is here, keep your pencil tip. Y7, positive 7 is here. So it will come up like this in the first quadrant, somewhere here. This is 7, 7, plot it this way. Then X0, Y6. x is 0, y is 6, then y6 is here. From 0 you climb up to 6. Then x minus 7, y is 5. X minus 7, y is 5. Plus 5 is upside. You climb up 5 steps up. In your graph you've got lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lines you have to climb up. Then these are the values 0, 6. And this is the value minus 7, 5. Then these points with the help of long scale join it. It must be a straight line. Then your calculation is correct. If it is not a straight line, then it is not a linear equation. But we are doing linear equation, it must be a straight line. And on top of this line, you can write down the equation, first equation, what did you get earlier. Then for the second equation, 6, 0, x 6, this is 6, y is 0, y 0 is here itself. So neither you can go up nor you can come down, it will be on the same place. If it is plus 1, plus 2, you will go up from 6. If it is minus 1, minus 2, you will come down. But 0, then it will be on the same place. Then 3 minus 1, x 3, y is minus 1. Minus 1 is here, down, that means in the fourth quadrant here. Then the third one, x is 0, y is minus 2. Here also 1, 2. You will come down 2 steps. This is 0 minus 2. This is 3 minus 1. And then this is 6, 0. Now again, like the earlier graph, these points you try to join it with the help of your scale. It must look a single straight line. It must look like a straight line. Then your presentation is over graphically. So you are not interested here to solve to get the value of x and y. They just asked us to represent it algebraically as well as graphically. This way you can do it. I am pretty sure that you are aware of the graph we have been doing from last year also. I told you the same graph that you are drawing, but only in class 9 you learned one equation only how to draw the graph. Now only one more equation is increasing. For 2 equations you have to draw. Thank you and have a nice day.